Hello again. So this is a speed build, and I'm just gonna leave it up for a surprise because you don't know, you can't tell what it is. That's which, you know. But basically, with this video, it's very long because I had trouble. It's basically I was creating a house from a movie, but the shape of it is very difficult to do in the actual game. So I tried my best. It was incredibly hard to recreate this, and I didn't realize until like later on when I was building this, like how I should have made it so that the stairs were higher, so that the building was more high up instead of, you know, on ground level. So and you'll see in the video how I kind of fix it. So again, I had so much trouble because this is a recreation, and there were times when I stopped in the video, and I stopped because I was looking at reference photos. So it was super hard to to build and to look at the photos. So I cut out a bit of it because it's just a still photo of what I was doing, because I paused and I was like, well, you know what, let me look at this photo, let me make sure I'm doing it right. And you see in the video, I kind of figured out how to do the stairs, because I realized like doing individual little blocks would actually, take a lot of money, and it's kind of stupid. So I was like, you know what, let me find a better way, and I did, which is good, because man, those blocks are expensive. Yeah, no, so as you can tell with the stairs, I kind of looked at the photo and I saw that most of the stairs were in a weird wavy kind of way, so I tried my best with that. And most of this build is mostly made out of blocks, the what are they called? What are they called? The basic shapes. There we go. I keep forgetting what they're called. But yes, most of it is built from basic shapes, except for the flooring, obviously. And I wanted to ensure that when I built this, it was on a floor level, so that everything is kind of not even, but it just makes it kind of easier. So that was something I had to think about. And when I made this build, I actually I didn't have any plans. I kind of just went in with it, which is not a good plan, because I had a lot of times where I was like, you know what, let me try this. And I'm like, well, I don't like that, and let's try it differently. And you'll see that with this door, the door frame. I had some struggle with that door frame. And so I was like, you know what? Because I know on Bloxburg there's this window. It's, the different shaped windows. I decided to use one of them. And that's what you'll see there. Just because it makes it easier. But it sucks because it's not the shape. So there it is. And then, okay, so for this, I was like, whoa, cool, I can use this block to make that shape. But the problem with that was the shape of the house is at an angle. So you'll see here, I was like, well, I need that to be at that angle, but it doesn't fit perfectly. You'll see, I was like, it doesn't fit perfectly. So I just decided to do what I did to the other wall, which is because I really wish I was able to do this exact like the way it was supposed to be, but that's really hard to do because it's a weird angle. So And I didn't I didn't want to look online and stop and do all that, so I was like, you know what, I'll just copy it from the wall. It'll be simple. And again, you see me try it, do it again. I'm like, you know what, let's see if I can do something. And I really tried, but I couldn't figure it out how I would want that wall to look. And I tried something else, and I was like, I think at that point I was like, whatever. I think it'll be fine like that. Oh, so if you're wondering, if you look at the corner of the left screen on the bottom, so I basically got a lot of that money from one of my other builds. I'm working on that video. It's a very short video. I don't think I'll post it though. It was basically one of my old builds. It's because I had multiple builds because, wow, I like to build. But I never really showed it, and it was more of like it was just meant for me to have so I can work in Bloxburg and earn money. But I wanted to instead use that money for like things like this since Halloween is coming up, and I thought it'd be cool to do that. So I bulldozed it, the whole entire plot. I recorded the videos just so I can remember it because I was kind of sad about that. But I really, really wanted to do this one, specifically because of Halloween. I'm actually really kind of proud with it because it's something I'm not really... Most of my builds aren't kind of like... They're more fantasy and more modern, so this was completely different to what I'm used to. You'll see there, I tried to make... So that's basically a roof, a little small roof, but I was trying to put on another roof on that, if that makes sense. But I was like, it's not gonna work. And something to note, when it looks like out of place like this video, it's only because I'm trying to cut out, because oh man, because there's like I said earlier, there's a lot of times where I stop building and I look down at my phone and I'm like, okay, well, let me see what I should do. And trying to recreate something that isn't exactly realistic is very, very difficult. It is so difficult, but I did it, which I'm proud of. And you'll see here, this was a little... I had trouble with the roof. So with the roof, it's a weird witchy house. Like the roof is a witchy... I feel so dumb trying to explain what it is because it's hard to like describe what kind of shape it is. And if you have any guesses to what it is, I don't know if anyone will guess what this is because I have actually had someone in game, because this I didn't have a private server because that's a little too much for me, and I'm like, well, I can just do it in servers, it's free. So I get a few people, only a few, that come up and then ask what it was. And I was surprised. I was like, well, who would know what this is? So I'm just gonna leave it up for a surprise. I hope someone does figure out what it is because that'll be nice. And I also figured out with the structures and the wall, I could create the roof. And I've figured this out on my own, and I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure other people have done it before too. I hope so. But I figured out how to use the wall and the structure. I'm pretty sure other people know. I just didn't know. So I was like, wow, that's good. It's cool I didn't know. And here I was just using a regular roof. That's why I wanted the wall. Just so that I can create like an actual roof. Because I noticed in the picture it does have that type of roof. And then here's me struggling with the smaller roof. And I was only struggling because with the picture on the actual thing, the roof was a little taller. You see, it still bothers me, but it's the best it's gonna be, so. Man. Yeah, no, I didn't realize how long this took. This is like almost 2 hours, and I cut it down to the smallest amount. The smallest amount of time. So, yeah. So this part, so I wanted to make it a level up higher, and this is where I realized I messed up. Cause in the actual picture that I used to reference, the actual house had a tower, and I was like, well, that'd be cool if I had a tower. And I was like, wait, but I built it on the first level. So that's where that's where I put the basement, and I was like, okay. Because the reference that I was using from the actual movie, his house is actually kind of leveled above ground. And here I'm trying to make it look like there's rocks holding it. I had to use a lot of reference and also other people's miniature builds to try and do similar things but make it my own. And here I was struggling because that kind of block made most of the textures wide, which was not fun. It wasn't, but I found the one that I liked, so that was good for me. Alright, this is the end of the video. There's going to be a second part. I don't know if there's going to be a third part. I have a lot of videos to edit. So, bye!